morning. And you'll notice that I've bought myself a selfie stick on the back of the oh God, the really bad video we did in Shark's car on the way to the ice championships. And I'm thinking that buying a selfie stick isn't actually going to do any good at all. I'm still going to be absolutely rubbish at it, but I'm going to try really hard to keep it steady. Right, so training over the last couple of weeks has been really full on. Between Christmas and New Year, Coach had me doing 100 by 100 metre swim in the pool, which was really lovely because my good friend Karen was doing the same swim in a different pool about 60 miles away. So on one hand, I felt like I was supporting her doing it, and on the other hand, I felt like it was like game on. And I wasn't allowed to quit because I knew she wouldn't. And she'd be thinking the same thing because she's probably more competitive than I am. But it was really, really good, really enjoyed it. And it was lovely to know that before that, I probably since Windermere the year before, I have to get my years right now because we're into the new year, I was swimming last year like 5K swims. So in actual fact, I haven't really swum anywhere near that distance. I've probably swum about 3.5 miles since then. So it was really good to do a 6 mile swim on the back of it, to know that I can actually, do almost double the distance again in training, which actually made me feel loads better because when we did Windermere, we trained up to 9 miles before we did the 10.5 mile swim, which looking back now, I think seems a little excessive, but we were so inexperienced and so worried that we weren't going to achieve the swim that I think we were just like, let's just do it. And then we know we can all we have to do then is pull another sort of 40-minute swim out of the bag and we'll get there. And I think that at the time, like I said, through inexperience, that's what we did, and we were confident that we were going to be able to do it. But for this swim, because it's double that distance, doing it two-way, thinking about the training to do almost like an 18 or a 19 mile swim before that it's not impossible, but it's a lot of effort and a lot of time training, and thinking I risk an injury, I might, the time to do it is going to be, it's a full day of swimming, and then to make sure I've got somebody in a safety boat with me, watching and being with me, making sure I'm safe. And also the recovery after would be really, really lengthy. And I just think, I've seen coaches' training plan up till August, and it doesn't include anything like those distances. So in actual fact, it's going to be, it's interesting putting your trust in somebody to get you through a swim that you're really desperate to finish and complete. But also to not do those long swims is quite nice actually. But we'll see how it goes. But this week though, I have to say it's been a bit punishing, and he's really put me through the mill really, because on Sunday, the instruction was to swim for an hour and a half non-stop, try your best was what he said. So I did that. Felt great when I got out. I've done that before, so I felt quite confident. My time was a good time, which was good, because I don't like to report any bad times back to him. It's like having a teacher, isn't it? You just want to impress them. He's the only one I want to impress in this. So did that, did really well. And then, so I gave him the data for that. And then his feedback was, so tomorrow being the next day on the Monday, he said, I'd like you to do it again. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, okay, that's fine. I can do it. I know I can. It's fine. And then he put only faster. No, I'd put a lot of effort into that swim. And I think then to be told I had to do it faster again. Oh, it was a bit of a kick in the teeth, really. Anyway, I did it. I did it, but it was tiring. It was good, but it was definitely a lesson in mental strength as well, because the whole time I kept thinking, I have to be faster, I have to be faster, I have to be faster. But also, swimming, in my pool, that's sort of, it's over 250 lengths in my pool doing that distance. So it's quite challenging sort of having to find things to think about. And that is really something that I'm going to need to have to think about when I'm doing the longer swims, is how am I going to get round doing them and staying focused and staying in tune with myself. Now, there was, I read somewhere, I think it was on Instagram, a Lotus Riser, she was talking about like doing like a swim meditative state, difficult to say. So I'm actually I'm gonna look into that this week and see if, and just read a bit more into it, because I've not heard of it before, but I think I would definitely benefit from it doing these longer swims. So that was that week. So I've done the 100 by 100, I've done the back-to-back swims, and then I've been doing loads of longer sets, like 400 metres, 1,000 metre sets. So doing them at CSS, or just slightly slower than CSS pace. So they've been really difficult, but I do think for sure that my speed's definitely picking up, and I'm getting certainly a lot stronger. So that was all, it was all going really well till Friday. And Friday I had a lesson with Coach. We meet up every month and have a chat about where we're going the next month and how I feel and what's gone wrong, what's gone right, how we can improve the training plan if necessary, and how it would fit me better if I needed it to. So it's really quite fluid, and he's really adaptable, which is great, because there's times when I just can't swim you know, when he'd like me to, or I haven't got the pool's not available or whatever. Anyway, so he would bring the video down as well, which on one hand is brilliant and it's amazing. I definitely recommend it. On the other hand though, it's awful because when you're looking back, all you do is look at yourself and think, oh my God, do I really look like that? And then on the other hand, so then we were dissecting it. And there were areas where I thought I was doing all right and need a bit of tweaking. And then there was one definite problem that was really highlighted by the video, which I took a bit of umbrage to really, because I thought, damn, I thought I was doing all right with that. It was a previous problem that I'd had with my right arm and it going under my body when I'm pulling through the water. And then my catch then wasn't very long because I wasn't pushing as far back onto my hip as I thought I was. I thought I was doing really well, but anyway, there's a problem there. So it's great that it highlighted it. It was less great that it needed doing in the first place, but it does, and it's really something I'm going to have to work on in order to improve further, because I think they felt really big things to me, and I was a bit, I mean, even the cake was struggling to help, I'll be honest, that we had after. It was a large slice as well, but I felt really miffed the whole time. But then he pointed out to me and he said, these little things, they are little things. They felt big to me, but he said they are little things that just need tweaking and just need looking at. He said that will give you massive gains if you focus on them and you spend time correcting them, which is what I intend to do this next month till I see him again. I have to do all the swimming, but I need to really be thinking about them while I'm swimming and focusing on those bits. He's also given me some breathing drills as well to help with my to increase my lung capacity, which is another thing that's important to work towards. So there's loads to do, but it's great. It's all great, and it's all progress, and it's all moving forward. And it's moving forward because not only I need to do this swim safely and I need to do it well, but I also the main thing is that I need to do it, and I need to do it and not have an injury, which is my main focus. There is no time limit on this swim other than, I think really I'd like to do it in daylight hours, because if it's dark, I think I'm just gonna panic. I've done 2 night swims. One literally swam round and freaked out, and the second one managed to do a bit further, but I'm not that great at swimming in the dark, and heaven knows what comes out in the water in the dark. So the idea really is that I need to do it during daylight hours. So whilst there is no time on it, the plan is to get it done whilst it's still daylight, at the height of summer. So I need to do it injury-free, and I need to do it during daylight hours. And so all these little things that I have to adjust and change are just going to make sure that I have a successful swim in the end. So I have to keep going, and I'll be back in a couple of weeks or so. Thanks for listening. Bye.